Right. Hello, chat. Things should be working. In theory, things should be working. Right. Yes. Hello, everyone. I realize that I have no idea how to ramble to myself without really having a game in front of me and an audience. So, you lot are the audience, this is the game, and what I'm going to be rambling about is Ruina lore. The reason why I'm doing this is because, I mean, I was going to just ramble about this to make a video on, but, yeah. No, I was going to stream, hold on, I mean, I can't show you, but I was going to stream some, like, not stream, I was going to record some, like, Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead whilst I ramble, but, I think actually getting work done on this challenge is better. But yes. So, what to talk about? Well, I mean, first and foremost, I'm not actually really sure what is important to talk about Ruina's lore. Well, okay, first and foremost, the thing I do like, before we get started with the actual challenge whilst I ramble about things, is, I've mentioned this for a long time, viewers of the stream, the, like, story itself is actually split up into 3 parts. You've got the whole, like, giving up your free will is not a good idea, funnily enough. You have the coping with pain through, like, you know, looking for vices and looking to... stuff like that. This is about coping with pain. And it's the correct ways to cope with pain versus the incorrect ways to cope with pain. It's not that Full Stop Office necessarily is coping with pain incorrectly, it's more so that Full Stop Office is fighting the cog creatures who are coping with pain incorrectly. Then you've got Burn Track, which I'm actually making a video. I'm planning on actually making a video essay on all of these. This is just sort of a prelude to that, if you will. That's not even a reference. That's just me using a fancy word. This is the Love Track, which you can see, it actually starts all the way down here, with this story here, this pre-battle story. But then you can see it carry on in Dawn. Then here, notably with, you know, the funny man himself. Then you've got, this is also love, just to bring it up. It's the love of these 2 people. Then you have, well, yeah, I don't need to explain that. Then you've got the final act of it, which is Liu and obviously Zhao herself up here. And then over here, you've got a question of free will and autonomy and the like. So you have Molar Office, who they're doing it to escape. You then have Gaze Office, they're contractually obligated, which is less... You're gradually moving into just more and more out of their hands. So contractually obligated, they can still break the contractual obligations. You've then got Lovetown, who sort of are lacking in maturity, and it's sort of a question of, are they actually in control of their own actions? You're then moving up to the literal puppets, which, yeah, no, they don't have the ability to control their own actions, which Angela herself actually recognizes. So you've started from this, like, big, abstract, doing it for their own safety, where Angela's like, nah, it doesn't matter. She might actually say, my actions aren't, or their actions aren't my concern in this one. I'm not sure, we'll need to quickly skip. Can I? Yeah, if we do this until Angela starts speaking so I can show you. Not here, not yet. You can hold control to skip? I've never used this before. Anyway, Warp Train's a great story in itself, even if I'm not going to be talking about Warp Train. One moment, I'm sure they start speaking soon. Here we are, just 10 seconds. Nice bit of reunion, Mayo. Okay, no, I guess she doesn't speak about it. She might speak about it in the final bit. Still, but that's sort of the introduction towards the first person who's like, Angela's cleanly like, not my problem. then here, also not my problem. She begins to doubt herself here. I think it is actually during this post-battle where she does, copious time, going through the same ordeal. She starts saying, look, she's trying to rationalize excuses. And then Roland's like, hold on, calm down. And then you see that developed in puppets. Where conscious somehow, they never control, they still seem to carry minds of their own, which their own bodies being tugged along by strands of sense and feelings are intact. And yeah, so she basically, this is the point where, yeah, she starts to go, okay, no, this is at fault. And then you have, so you've gone down into the very core of people who aren't in control of their own actions here, and then you see that begin to be brought out. W Corp. These guys have to do their job because they'll be killed otherwise. Just flat out. You then see that developed into Kane Office. Kane Office, yesterday's promise. It's more indirect. It's not all of them will be killed, but Bada will be killed because that's what yesterday's office says. That's what, not yesterday's promise says, that they can take anything from him. A pound of flesh literally takes his heart. So you've moved out from, but Angela is being more concerning here. She's beginning to go, well, okay, before I didn't think these guys under contract were like, you know, but there's this reflection point around here where she's begun to go, well, maybe people under contract can actually, you know, be in control of, or not be in control of themselves. And then that gets further developed up here with R-Corp. And R-Corp is all about they have to fight or else their families will die. And so then she's really beginning to go, well, the city, it's horrible how the city forces people to go, and she begins to see that even if she puts up these walls around herself, she's still responsible for what's happening to them. And so I really like this track. I think Love is my favorite one just because it has the three strongest. It has Lulu and Mars are great characters. They don't get talked about enough because you destroy them in like 1 second. Then you've got Philip by himself. The other two characters aren't really explained very much, but Philip himself is a cool character. And then you've got obviously Lowell and Zhao up here. And they're all very cool characters. So I really like the Love track. So I'm looking forward to actually writing that video essay on that. But yeah. The thing that's also cool, if you'll permit me one moment more, is every single one of the tracks is actually tied into a status effect, which you might not realize when you're first playing, but the status effect is also tied into the importance of, like, that, the story it's telling. Burn, Love, every character who has a major thing to say about love is a Burn character. Lulu, Burn character. Move out. Philip, Burn character. Look up to Liu. Lowell, Zhao, I don't have them unlocked yet. They're Burn characters. It's to show that literally the passion is consuming. And that can both be a good thing, because it, like, fire itself can lead to something better, but it also can destroy you if you focus on it in the wrong way. For example, crying children. Yeah, this path is the only one that doesn't really have a status. This is more just true damage, because you've got smoke, you've got, no, hold on, smoke, range pages, first turn, stuff like that. This one's kind of untied to everything. This is just people who are very good at dealing damage. Here, this is charge, this whole thing. Molar Office is discard, ignore that. Charge, kind of charge. These two you kind of have to ignore. Charge, 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 charge. You've got here. This one tied into, you know, losing yourself in the service of others. You've got a little bit of bleed, which is literally bleeding yourself dry for other people. But then you've also got more index, singleton, stuff like that. So it's really cool. I like how everything ties in. With that over, I mean, yeah, it's time to cut. Well, for the video, people who are watching the video that I'm eventually going to make this Ramblings of a Madman into, I'll probably be cutting here, because now it's time for me and you, chat, to design a new deck. Because this is not good enough. But still. Right, so, we're dealing with the purple tier here. I don't actually think automated movement is too good. What I think, instead of automated movement, is we get another 3 cost, but we could just get another sharp nails rather than automated movement. I think that might help us, because that clash is higher. Did I do the general receptions yet? God, no. They genuinely think they might be harder than the purple tier. Then here, I'm honestly not sure if Unrelenting is too good. Because Unrelenting is fine. But we could get something else and it might be better. I'm not sure what else we'd grab for like 3 cost, is it? Yeah, we have 3 cost. I could always quickly add slash dagger damage just to fill that up, but... For PT you have enough dice to only 1 counter page and only sometimes. Okay. Well, I guess I'll drop sharp nails and then add... What other cards are good? I could add a I could just add another one of her pages, to be honest. Wish Ruina gave us multiple save files. I actually have a mod for that. I don't think I have it enabled right now, but I do have a mod that lets me have 2 save files, which is quite cool. I could add another spear, to be honest. I think spear might be useful. Just to be able to, like, actually clash. Is backseating allowed this time? Backseating is not allowed. I'm just taking the advice of Goonie because I know they've done it before. And, I mean, that's not to say everyone can backseat, it's just, you know, let's not waste our time on something that isn't going to work. Anyway, let's see if, let's do a practice. So, actually, this is a nice oh, fuck, slash power. This is actually a nice segue. I love how what Ruina does from its very start is it foreshadows things. And that's really cool, especially when you know what goes on later, because you end up with stuff like, obviously I showed off in the last stream, but for the sake of the video and the people who are presumably now listening again, because I will have cut this part in, the purple tier is actually foreshadowed in the very first scene of the game. You have Angela saying, "Oh god, why am I still not free?" And then you have Roland talking about the purple tier. So, you may have forgotten by the time you reach here, but the entire way you're getting told that Roland is not who he says he is, and Gebra herself actually shows quite a bit of that off. With the fact that Gebra immediately calls him out on the, yeah, no, you're not a, yeah, you're not just a random grade 9. You're definitely far stronger than that. So then Roland has to make up the excuse, oh yeah, no, sorry, I was a grade 1 information gatherer. Which has to be one of the funniest lies ever told. But yeah. Tear mentors in tearing fabric instead of tearing up. Yeah, I'm fairly certain, because she tears holes in reality. But yeah, and it's really cool how she's not the only one who really gets foreshadowed like that. Project Moon is very good at splitting up their themes throughout the story to make it so you can tell something's going to happen, but without directly telling you. But yeah, that's part of why it's one of my favourite games. What else can I talk about? I need to think of enough to, like, fill up like an hour chat. What other random things can I talk about? You just hear purple tier and let our pronunciation way more. That's fair. Foreshadow some of the Ensemble members in figurable lines. Yes. From memory, every Ensemble member, other than maybe Alina, is foreshadowed immediately, basically. So you've got Yesterday's Promise. Yesterday's Promise is foreshadowed in, God, who is it? Dawn Office. Dawn Office foreshadows Yesterday's Tier. It also foreshadows, obviously, Philip. You've got Church of Gears. That's Gear Lady. Can't remember who she is. Then you've got... Who else do you have? The musicians actually directly mention the pianist, who's an important character later on in the game. And then they also mention, obviously, their head, the 3 musicians who have left. And then they end up becoming one person. God, who else is there? Vermilion Cross doesn't get foreshadowed until later because he's not actually part of the ensemble yet. They foreshadow... No, sorry. They foreshadow Yesterday's Promise in Rats. That's what I'm thinking of. It's the fact that his insides are torn up. That's a reference to Yesterday's Promise. But you don't learn about that until you get to Dawn Office, when they start describing somebody who had the exact same effects. You then also have... I mean, everybody knows Lovetown. Doesn't so much foreshadow the puppeteer as directly tell you who the puppeteer is. Who else is there? You've got... There's a lot more people, but I can't quite remember at the moment. But yeah, there's quite a lot of foreshadowing, which is quite cool. So here, I think level slash against that, and then sharp nails, frankly, against that. That way we can get rid of some of the damage from that. There we are. Yeah, I wasn't expecting to win that, I just wanted to take less damage. And then we... Resistant stagger? Okay, that's fine. I'd like a defensive now. Whatever it is, it just has to not be pierce. Thank fuck. Is there any reason to attack here? I genuinely don't think... I mean, emotion level, kind of. Tanya foreshadowed in the... yeah, Tanya's foreshadowed, obviously... Well, Tanya isn't so much foreshadowed as she directly appears and threatens to kill some people. Let's clash, why not? I mean, the reason why not is because immense levels of stagger damage, but you know. It's fine, we can win the clash. I think absorption is the best. We're not going to be defeating other enemies. Oh, fuck. Unrelenting proc. Then again, 10 trillion bleed. Yeah, no, that's a loss. I probably shouldn't have clashed that. Right, what else can I talk about? Because yeah, Tanya does just literally appear... here? I think? No, that's Argalia telling them to get in. I think it's here. Sort of. Somewhere here. Argalia does appear and just literally threatens them. But yeah, I really like how everything does mix in. Puppeteer fought every color fixer. I mean, that's... I'm fairly certain that's... I'm not sure about every color fixer. But you can see here, just to show you, there is unique dialogue here. Let's see if you remember my teachings, care to show me? So there's dialogue for that. There's dialogue for Roland. There's dialogue for the Blue Reverberation, so on and so forth. I can actually talk about... we're dead here, by the way. There's an interesting thing, because she's actually quite closely tied to distortions, because obviously she helps them out, but also you then have, in a deleted ending for Ruina, she was actually going to end up leading an association of distortions, which is quite interesting. Okay, we didn't get staggered. We do have 20 bleed, but, you know, maybe that won't kill us. That's definitely going to kill us, but, you know. That was always going to kill us. Perhaps that should mean we're not getting any more colours. We're getting new colours, because obviously you have Vermilion Cross we don't know about. We know the Red Mist wasn't trained, because by that point, PT was very much gone. Association that handles distortions. Was it? Oh. Because I could have sworn it was an association that used it, which is an interesting point to bring up. I mean, I definitely could be wrong there. Also another Pierce, which is annoying. Obviously, yes, I can be wrong. I'm not an all-knowing guy on this. I just moderately like the lore. Enough to know some vagaries. Handles and how to profit off them. That would make sense. Yeah, I could see that. Vampirism, lovely. I do like how... It is really cool the way Ruina builds on LobCorp, I must say. Because the entire point of LobCorp, obviously, is to introduce everything. But then you have this game, which comes along and actually resolves them, which is very cool. I do like that, because it creates some flow to the story that you don't really see in... I mean, I'm not going to talk about Ruina like it's complete, because it isn't complete yet. So it would be unfair to talk about it as if it was complete. Also, I slotted the wrong thing there. I want to do level slash on that. Story page is the best for solos. Yeah, the problem is we have to kill her first. Ow, ow. Okay, we won that at least. We lost that. We're about to die. Great. Purple tier is a little bit strong. I will say, it is actually cool to see... So, okay, time to be a little more of a nerd. I need to bring up the... it's the Kabbalah is the tree of life, right? Jewish tree of life. Now, yeah, the Kabbalah. The order that this... There's two ways you can actually interpret this. One of which heads up like this from memory, which is the order that Ruina goes in. But the opposite way around, which is... from memory, it's Keitha Bina, Chokma, Geberesh Yesed, Tisoreth, Hod, Nisak, Yesod, Malkuth. That way, oh, I've missed one out there, but this is the path of the snake. Which is quite interesting, because what major character... So, that's actually a double entendre. I know this isn't Ruina lore, this is Limbus Company lore, but there's quite an interesting thing about the entire thing of that being the path of the snake, and the path of the snake being the one we're following, is... Now, it's time to bring up... hold on. The Divine Comedy Layers of Hell. Now, this is actually what Limbus lines up with. You can see the difference. This doesn't have the walls of Dis on it. No, they do, actually. It might be better to have this. I'll bring... Maybe this is better. Not sure. I'll use this. This has annotations. So, the reason why this is quite interesting is because you can see... This is actually the path that Limbus Company is taking. Because you have... This is obviously where you're... Limbo... Well, I don't know what's at the top, but Limbo you have he's chased by the three animals, which is actually true to the Divine Comedy. Do I have the Divine Comedy still? Not... No, not there. But it's quite interesting because you see that start, and that's like the only thing that's clearly linked to the Divine Comedy. But actually, every single one of the cantos then lines up to one of these, including... it's better if I got the true annotation that's in the book. Here. Because this one lets you actually see the progress of the cantos. Now if I can zoom in more. Because you have Limbo here, then you've got these the different things, you end up with Wrath, which is 6th canto. Then you have the Walls of Dis. Now, tell me, who has to... So, you'd need to know the Divine Comedy to answer that question, but the Walls of Dis in the Divine Comedy is the point where Vigilius has to step in as more than just a guide, and actually calls down an angel to, like, pass through the walls of devils and pass into Dis. Now that's really interesting, because this ties precisely into the spot in Limbus Company where Vigilius has to actually step in and, you know, beat down the walls of Dis, which then immediately moves into, you know, the thing of heretics. Heretics is, I mean, that's more about worshipping a false idol, but it's also a lot about familial relations and, you know, that whole sort of group, which is, obviously, I mean, that's Blood Fiends. That. So, you can see, I mean, I'd have to try and think of what the order of the cantos were again. You've got Limbo, which is where unbaptized people go, and anybody who's before the time of God go to Limbo. They're not really sinful, they're just stuck there. Then you've got, which is Gregor, Lustful lining up with because Lustful in Limbus Company is more about spreading one's own ideals. You've got here, this lines up with... I mean, I'm trying to remember how many cantos are this. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. That doesn't line up quite right. Because, anyway, the first few line up with that. Then you can see 7th circle, which is all about... This is, if I was to describe what actually is going on here, which is really interesting, is this is a desert. This is a desert where stopping sets you on fire. It's also where you go if you commit suicide or harm one's neighbor, other people. Now, that's really important, because guess whose canto we have next? And guess the important thing about Hellscreen. I can't really show it here. I don't know what that is. But the entire thing about Hellscreen is it's an artist who wants to sort of depict hell, and in doing so, actually, he ends up burning his daughter to death. Now, if I quickly go to Forest for the Flames, right, Oshu, Album's Company. Not only do we have Ryoshu, who is very clear, well, Yoshihide is what he's called in the book. We've got holding a sword like a child here. It's also to do with burn, and also the next canto we've got is going to be the burn canto, as shown through the fact that generally enemies from a specific canto will have their secondary status being the next canto, and their primary status being the canto that they're going to be in. Kind of. Which is why you see a bunch of the bleed IDs from the previous season all having Rupture, because this season's going to be Rupture, which it was. But then you have Lei Hang, just so I can bring him up. And Lei Hang as an enemy, guess what he does? He does burn, he also does tremor. Which is quite heavily ties into, you know, the whole burn thing. But yeah, so that's quite interesting. You can see actually how it is going to line up. And then, to bring this back to the purple tier, the reason why it's interesting is the person who's at the bottom, the very biggest traitor, is the devil himself, Satan, who has 3 heads and is chewing on other sinners. That doesn't matter. The thing is, the devil is most commonly represented as a snake. Who do we have that is heavily represented by snake iconography? Hey, look! It's the purple tier, who is heavily represented by snake. Snakes, look at that, the Ouroboros. And also, what path are we following? That's right, we're following the path of the snake. In Limbus Company, it all ties back to the purple tier. And who was the person who sent the 3 people after? Well, the person who sent the 3 people after Dante in the original Divine Comedy was the devil, because the devil wanted to scare him off his journey through Inferno. Who sent the 3 in Limbus Company? That's right, the snake, the purple tier. So I think we're going to actually end up meeting the purple tier at the end again. Anyway, back to Ruina. That's enough rambling for now. Let's get a few more attempts in. It's why I'm so sad that Limbus Company's combat is the way it is, because the storytelling, it's all there. It's there. It's just not developed on. And that's what makes me upset. Also, if we don't win any of these clashes, it is just sort of game over for us. Because we do get nearly staggered here. Oh, voice crack. We fought Blade Lineage, yeah. Okay, so repress flesh at you, and then I reckon level slash at you. And I hope the 3 strength is enough to... It's not enough. And we're staggered, and that means we're dead. Was that the past or the present? Because books expire that. Some books some books allowed the people inside them to leave immediately. So, for example, the purple tier actually was released immediately after the library fell. So they were actually let out within mid-speed. How'd I end up beating the Red Mist? Hard. Very easily, actually. The Red Mist really isn't that hard. Like, it was... I will say it was surprisingly easy to beat the Red Mist. Oh. Right. So long as we win. I don't care... So long as we tie, actually. I don't care if we win. So long as we tie. Vampirism. I would also like to get Claws of Savagery, but, you know, beggars can't be choosers and all. Okay. We already have one counter page, so frankly I think this is the best way to handle this. If we can get 3 level slashes, that's pretty good. Red Mist is unironically the easiest fight in Star of the City. Yes. It's surprising, it is the easiest fight. Yeah, Lovetown was released at the same time as the Purple Tier. They actually show up in the same place. I think they show up in the same place? Or Purple Tier at least immediately runs over to the same place. Okay, defensive power is good. This is just a turn for me not to attack, actually, because I would rather not get hit with all of these. Counter dice get activated upon turn start, right? Fairly certain. Crying Children didn't get released. Crying Children were just killed. I'm fairly certain, because we got the incomplete book of the Crying, or the incomplete book of XYZ, and then we just flat out kill them. Library, no, the library still contains people. It hasn't let go of everyone. It's not doing it in any sensical order, it's just releasing them randomly. Oh fuck, it's Pierce time. I can't do Onrush because we're not going to stagger here, but... I mean, I can do Grid Split Vertical. Oh, I don't have any 1 costs. Otherwise I could. I mean... don't know if the last part of Philip is still alive or not. I'm fairly certain all of the Ensemble were supposed to have just been flat out killed rather than booked, but I may be wrong in that regard. There's no point waiting for Unrelenting here. Also, damn. Unless she immediately goes into defensive. No, yeah, we're dead. Vigilius questioned the Molar Workshop. He might do? I mean, it would make sense for him to. He does have a vested interest in knowing what happened with them. Yeah, we just see Enter happen again. But this time, because it's Limbus Company, we actually see like 10 trillion phases. What is going on here? Do we have a blunt resistance? Frankly, I'm just actually not gonna do that. I'm just gonna attack you. Ah, fuck. Counter pages. That went well. R-Corp is a terrible idea. We're not doing R-Corp. We can't do R-Corp. Okay. More blunt. Yeah, god, no way we do R-Corp. 0 chance we do R-Corp. What does blunt do? Blunt dice, power +2. I mean, I can probably clash them. I probably should clash them. There's no reason for me not to. Spear. Can't do Onrush. Level slash them. When do we beat Kane Office? We beat Kane Office with the Red Mist. Right. It was during the momentary power trip I had. Right. Vampirism. Defensive. That's great because it means I can have a chance to not do anything. Slash. Okay, slash is good too. Because what I can do here is repressed flesh on... no. I think upstanding slash on you, repressed flesh on you just to take less damage, and then the counter pages should do the rest. You were supposed to win that. Shit. Well, at least Claws of Savagery will... I mean, Claws of Savagery will proc. Never mind, Claws of Savagery won't. I mean, I've been discussing this on the Discord. Purple tier is apparently the easiest stage to do at this point, which is frightening. Also, we might need to rebuild, but still. Pierce is awful to start with, but we're not currently at the stage where I want to give up at any point, because I'm still learning how the fight works. Because, once again, this is the first time I've fought the purple tier. I've never fought her before this. Yeah, no, that's a reset. How's the book releasing work? We have no idea. Angela let go of the light, and that did funky stuff. Yeah, so, yeah, Purple Tea is the easiest. For at least according to the conversations I've had in the Discord. Because, I agree with them, frankly, because Thumb is a nightmare. I see zero way of doing Liu. Yeah, so this is sort of, according to the running theory in the Discord, the easiest. Sure, Geber's page is the best thing to use right now. Yes. Yes, this thing is great. The only thing I'm unsure about is the passive attribution I've chosen. I'm not too sure about Unrelenting. I might want to go for more things, but... Why don't I try and bring a full team? So true! That would make things so much easier. Why don't I just do that? That's another reset. Honestly, I think we might just have to start resetting whenever we see Pierce. Anyway, what more lore can I talk? General reception's all terrible. Philip has one complete and one incomplete. Look, I mean, maybe we'll see Philip again. I'm not sure though, but use purple tier page. Not quite sure how you think we're gonna do that. Standing slash. Slash. The problem really is that Lone Fixer doesn't trigger turn 1. If Lone Fixer triggered turn 1, we'd be so much better off. Purple tier is... No, we just die whenever purple tier changes the floor and change back. Netsuck and kill ability. I don't think we'll reach that. We need to reach, what, emotion level 5 for that? Try using Hokma. Hokma has 0 stuff right now. Trust me, if there was a better way, we'd be doing the better way. Oh. Black Silent. Yeah. If only we could use the Black Silence at this point. Ow. Okay, that's fine. Just as long as she doesn't go to Pierce. Blunt. 0... Oh! Claws of Savagery. Forgot about that. Right. Did we not... Oh, we weren't clashing there, so we didn't actually get any emotion level up. Well, thankfully this is blunt, so we're slightly better off, but that's still pretty arse. Okay. Ow. Ow. We're dead. Oh, no, maybe not. We're dead. I see no way other than us being dead, because we don't have Claws of Savagery here, I don't think. Roddick Waltz seems pretty good. Oh no, we do have Claws of Savagery. Okay, never mind. Maybe we're in with a shot here. Oh, that's... Uh-oh. That's uh-oh. So true. Okay. Maybe I can heal enough here not to die. Mountain does nothing. There's no reason for us to pick it. Uh-oh. We're not dead. Okay. Wine is not good. Instincts might be good. Laughter is not good. Instincts to heal. Jesus Christ. We could manifest ego. I'm not sure if it's that helpful for us at the moment, but we could. Do we stagger with Onrush? We potentially stagger with Onrush. That's a question. Let's try it. I mean, I'll also manifest ego on that. Okay, do we stagger here? No. Thankfully we don't die. Oh, that's a stagger. Okay, we get our light back then. At this point, let's not waste our light on stuff like Greater Split Vertical. However funny it would be, I don't think it's worth it. That'll draw 2 pages for us. And then honestly, that... do we want the light level back? Ah, the bleeding is bad. Let's just do this. She does HP gates, so there's no reason to do overkill damage here. She HP gates here. Right as my Claws of Savagery proc, too. So anyway, these guys just kind of have to die. They're not part of the engagement, so... I can't act out to save them. It is a solo. It's a solo in the same way an abnormality realization is. I'm not using any of these. I don't know what this floor is. I don't know what they're doing here. I didn't tell them to come here. They just showed up. Right. Back to Gebra. Thank you. Ma'am, this is a solo. Get back here. We could manifest ego right away. Which might be worth it. Actually, I'm going to manifest ego against that, because I don't want to have to fight that at full strength. Ah, shit, we do have to. Onrush... Actually, Greater Split Vertical. Honestly, Greater Split Vertical against that. Just so I don't have to deal with it. And then... a spear against that. Oh no, that doesn't work. I guess a spear against that. Right. What the fuck do you mean?! Okay. Well then. We're close, that's how we do it. Womp womp. Oh. If we'd gotten defensive there, we would have been fine. I know about the Violet Blade. I know about it. That was just very unfortunate. There was nothing I could really do about that. I was just kind of dead, regardless of what happened there. Can we min-max? Ooh! I'm gonna give it one more attempt. One more, like, good attempt, and then I may treat it as a second phase. Maybe. Potentially. Because her difficulty doesn't really come from her length. It just comes from the fact that she gains 1 billion power. It is technically a second phase. I mean, it is a second phase. She used a mass attack. We'll see. If it looks really bleak, then yeah, why not? It's a shame we didn't get Claws of Savagery there, but oh well. I definitely think Claws of Savagery is what won us that, well, got us that far, so... It's a single guy. Can you see what the purple tier is rolling? It's literally doable. I understand it's doable without min-max. That's not the fucking point of the min-max. The point of the min-max is not to make a fight that's impossible possible. That might come as a shock to you, but we've never played it like that before. But yeah, we may have to reset until we get Claw each time. Oh yeah, defensive. This is effectively a free claw. I think it counts as a second act, personally. It is kind of a second act, really. Like I said, though, we'll give it some more tries, and if it does turn out absolutely cooked, then we'll count it. Lovely. The issue really is Lone Fixer not triggering turn. It's amazing how many issues are caused by the fact that Lone Fixer doesn't trigger turn 1. Like, genuinely, basically every problem we have with the run is caused by that. That's not even exaggeration. Fuck. Shit. We should still be fine. Instinct. Please tell me claws procs. Lovely. And it's on Pierce too. Lovely. Okay. Slash, spear, sharp nails. Fair 1v1. Have you seen the numbers she's rolling? Like, she just beat the red mist twice. Supposedly the strongest over here, by the way. I feel like that title's a little bit wrong. Okay, absorption. Also, here we are. I mean, that's fine. We do kind of even each other out here. Manifest Ego. I could use Greater Split Vertical. I'm not sure if I want to. Manifest Ego, the Red Mist. We have unrelenting. Have I seen the numbers I'm rolling? Yeah, she's matching me. She's not allowed to do that. The strongest should not be matched by some granny. That's not how this is supposed to go. Honestly, hit him with that. And then this turns into a Manifest Ego. Oh, hold on. Make this Greater Split Vertical and make this Manifest Ego. On that. How the actual hell is she outrolling me? There we are, okay. Okay. Lovely. Hopefully this gives me enough chance to actually heal. But we're gonna have basically no luck. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. No? No, Gebra? I'm not letting you go in base? One moment, chat. Whoops, hold on, misclicked. I didn't mean to do that. How the hell do I... Oh no. I accidentally timed someone out. How do I undo that? Whoops, I'm sorry, I accidentally, hit you with a time. I can only give you more timeouts. I didn't mean to click that. Whoops. Sorry about that. Shit. How do I undo that? Shit. I didn't mean to do that. Fuck. Sorry about that. That's why I asked you to... Yeah, I didn't mean to ban anyone. I was just clicking over to my second monitor. I didn't mean to time out anyone. I was just misclicking. I didn't know where my mouse was. Shit. Hold on. Hold on, chat. YouTube, how to untime out to someone. There is no way to undo... That's stupid. Well, shit. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Yeah, buddy, I accidentally misclicked. Shit. How long was the timeout for? I don't know! I misclicked. Yeah, sorry about that. Whoops. Misclick. How did I manage to misclick a page, then turn okay. Right. Well then, yeah, sorry about that, buddy. I mean, if you're still watching the stream, sorry about that. I'm not sure if you're still watching the stream because you're timed out by accident. Yeah. More focused spirit. No. Focus spirit is not worth it. Give him something in the Discord. I don't even think he's in the Discord. Right, well, shit. If you are capable of joining the Discord, you can type there. I have the Discord open, and I'll... Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Whoops. Anyway, it's one of the best gain strength card in the game, but it's worthless next turn, which we already have strength gain. I do have a history of accidentally misclicking. Like, I once accidentally banned someone on the Discord, because I didn't think a command would work. And what accidentally ended up happening was not only did I ban them, but because they were active in the role-playing part of the Discord, I accidentally deleted multiple characters from existence. So, it's not the first time I've misclicked. By any means. Alright, let's do that. It literally didn't matter what I clash with, because it's going to be the same either way. Also, I just realized I don't need to do that. So, anyway. Pulse of Savagery. Concept incinerated, yeah. Time him out in the Discord. Yeah, he joins. Whoops, another misclick. Nobody can remain to know of how shit I am at inputting commands. Let's use that there. Really? Another max roll. And a... Okay, fine. I didn't want stagger anyway. You did what? It was a misclick, okay? It was a misclick. Vengeance. Okay, spear on you, repressed flesh on you. Yeah, I can't untime out him, so he just kind of has to remain in the shadow. Really? 32... That's bullshit. At least we get Claws of Savagery to deal with the stagger. Oh, the Discord roleplayer one. Oh, I unbanned him immediately. I wasn't going to let that mistake remain for much longer. Also, wow, we are just dead here because we've got no light. That was the worst possible time for that to happen. Okay, at least we'll get some health back. And Unrelenting triggered, so we can actually keep that health on us. Do the Don Quixote page, so true. I feel so bad about that. I'm so sorry, buddy. Oh god. I genuinely am very sorry about that. I didn't know that would happen. Stream see, it's purple tear time. It is indeed purple tear time. and we're currently dealing with the guilt I feel over accidentally timing someone out on the stream. It's not permanent if you're still watching. Give him a special shout. I guess I kind of have to include this in the video now, which I really don't want to have to include my absolute incompetence in the video, but I suppose I have to. It would be unfair of me not to include my absolute incompetence in the video. Okay, we should, in theory, win these. Can I VIP them on or something on YouTube? I'm not sure if that's something you can do. Maybe. Did my unrush not trigger? Or did it trigger and I'm just blind? Okay, I've learnt my lesson from last time. I'm not going to attack here, chat. I wish I could attack, because that is an insane amount of strength. But I've learnt my lesson from last time. Also, it's 10 bleed is still madness, but... Do we even heal enough to counter that? My Ungust is not basically required. Somebody's beaten this without my Ungust. It's definitely not required. I Great Split Vertical you. And then I, like, Manifest Ego? We see if that does it without killing me. Oh shit, I was about to say, I'm close to bleeding out. Yeah, I'm really close to bleeding out, actually. Really close to bleeding out. Wonder how much RNG it took to pull what off? Killing the Red Mist? None at all. It was really easy. The Red Mist is not hard to kill. I can show you the build I used to do it, too. Actually. This has devolved from... I was originally intending for this to be me discussing Ruina lore to put in a video for, like, other people to put on as background noise, and this has turned into streamer rambles about Limbus Company lore, and accidentally shoots an innocent man. Which isn't the first time I've done that, but, like, this time was actually my fault. Yeah, so this is the build we used. By the way, we used it on Freedom over here, because you can't actually run HOD. You have Leap and Energy Cycle and cards, Mangle because Mangle is great, Repressed Flesh, Sharp Nails, and then these are the passives. Blind Fixer, 2 Mind Hauler, and an Unrelenting. Honestly, we probably could just do it again, but still. Not the first time I've shot an innocent man. Clearly, chat, a lot of you haven't been here for the paintballing story. But you see, that one wasn't me. I didn't shoot those people. It was my teammate shooting those people at point... Well, no, I was shooting some people. But a few other people were shooting them at point blank, which wasn't my fault. That wasn't me. They cannot find me guilty of that, because that wasn't my fault. Guess we aren't allowed to use it. What, the thing we just used? I mean, we can use it, I just don't think it will be very good here against Puppeteer. Remember hearing it from the video? Yes, I did actually put that one in the video. That's one of the dueling another kid for the hand of a girl. Another kid? I mean, I was a kid at the time, so another kid is the correct grammatical use there. That one I didn't put in the video. I know I didn't put that one in the video. Because, yeah, that one wasn't fencing. I did learn how to fence later, but I didn't fence him for her. It was it was a race that determined that one. I didn't commit any war crimes, my teammates did. I was simply following orders, Your Honor. I think I should be acquitted of all my crimes. Right. And then... that on you. The fact that Onrush low-rolled there does not fill me with confidence. Vengeance. Slash is annoying, but... I mean, we can Great Split Vertical again, but we don't actually have any cards to use with it, so... I really wish we had Claws of Savagery right now, because if we had Claws of Savagery, I wouldn't mind getting staggered here, but because we don't have Claws of Savagery, I'm really dreading getting staggered here. Because this means... do we have Claws of Savagery? Well, we'll see. We'll see if we have Claws of Savagery, because we'll be about to die if we don't. We don't have Claws of Savagery. which means we're about to get hit with the full force of all of that. Our Unrelenting will proc, so we're not dead. We still have inferior way to recover. Never mind. That's interesting, actually. I just saw that Gebra line. She's strong and something about her is similar to me. That's quite interesting. But yeah, I could talk about other random stories. What would you all like to hear a story about? Because this has rapidly devolved from what I intended the video to be about, so fuck it, it'll just be me telling random stories to people. You're on a dude and saying good soldiers follow orders. Somehow I don't... Oh, voice crack. Somehow I don't think that would pass at the tribunal. Somehow. Your Honor, you can't say nothing because you wasn't even there. Frankly, this is actually the best way to handle that. Because that destroys another page and then our counter deals with another one. I really hope I don't get staggered here. Lovely. Never mind. Did I even get Claws of Savagery turn 1? No, I didn't. I got Vampirism. We might need to just reset until we get Claws of... Wow, we're dead there anyway. Pixar didn't happen of what? I'm very confused at this point. Guilty. I'm losing the flow of the conversation here. You're the misclick. Oh. Hello, dude. Okay, you know what? Because I feel guilty, I hope you're still paying attention to the stream. I am going to give you a very special roll. It's the I'm not going to give you the muted roll. I'll think of something to give you after. I'll think of something to give you after. Yeah. So hold on. I'll keep the Discord just off to the side a little bit. So yes, I'm sorry about that. I do feel really guilty about that, actually. But, yeah. Anyway. Back to the stream. Pixar didn't happen to the alleged war crimes, of course. Yeah, innocent until proven guilty, Your Honor, and the fact that there were no witnesses means you cannot find witnesses. I mean... Imagine trying to say that in court. Okay, are we about to get staggered here? I really hope we're not. We're fine. You're still on the stream. Well, that's good to know. I'm really sorry about the whole muting you thing. I'll think of a special role for you after the stream. Your special muted role. Nobody shall be left to speak of what I did. Anyway. I can see viewership rapidly declining. They clearly do not care. But I should just shut up. Every time I start speaking on these streams, viewership declines. I'm beginning to think there's a pattern here. Streams do better when I don't talk. Fucking hell. Okay, somehow I get the feeling we're about to, yeah, just be killed through Unrelenting. Fun. You wasn't even there, you can't say nothing. Any progress since the last stream? No. We're still at puppeteer. Okay, hold on, I was... No, I'm not putting that in the video either. There are people that will be trying to sleep to this, I'm sure. We're not going to be putting that in the video. I am actually curious what people think of how my voice sounds. Because I've heard... I actually had somebody on Discord DM me saying... Oh yeah, hold on. I can actually find the specific message, because this has stuck with me, by the way. This was like over a year ago, and I'm still yet to forget this. Somebody named Skylar. Somebody that said, I just want to say you have an incredibly nice voice. It's really soothing and nice and I like it. That stuck with me. Like, if whoever you are, if you're still watching, thank you. I just want you to know, I still haven't forgotten that comment. That's a really nice... You sound like you could do femboy boyfriend ASMR. I'm gonna misclick again. I'm gonna misclick again. Watch me. Watch me misclick again. It's funny, you're not using every patient librarian as net stack mod. Is that a real mod? Oh. Okay, we at least won one. There was no way we were ever going to win that. That was a lag spike for no reason. We didn't get Savage Claws. So we are basically just dead here, but, you know. I actually had a friend of mine, threaten is a strange word to use for it, but threaten to try and put me in a dress before. That was an interesting one. Okay, yeah, we're resetting that. Coops, hop on chat right now so I can time you out. Hello, I am here too. Can I actually time myself out? I'm curious. No, I can't. I can go to the channel, though. Queen of Hatred... You didn't match the dono goal for the Queen of Hatred cosplay. That's not been done yet. I did actually... Okay, I have actually been practicing an ASMR voice, but I do need to get super close to the mic to do it. It's like... And from everybody I've said, it's really bad. It's like... Okay, how do I do this? So I need to go closer to the mic and start talking like this. And I could, in theory, commentate the entire stream like this, but, I mean, I'm not really sure... Anyway. So yeah, I can talk like that. I'm not sure if that's good or bad. I normally get people threatening to mute me when I do that, but... Stop! Great. Oh... Did I do that entire stream? Oh, hold on. Okay. Sound like a guy from a YouTube Predator document. Jesus. Okay, chat. No more ASMR voice. I had somebody tell me you are not manly badass hero when I did that in one call, so, you know. The fact that I even sound remotely enough like him to be referred to him, I think, is a positive. But yeah, I won't do that again, chat. I just wanted to show I can deliver on my threats to do ASMR voices. No. We didn't get calls there either. Thing to me of that, I get it. It's not that bad, surely. It's not that bad. I was gonna do it again, but. Manly battle slayer if you're British nose. I'm gonna mute you in a second. I mean, misclick. You like the dry human voice on account of being a British. How do I... Because I can try and... I can talk with... It's hard to do with the thing in the background. I can try and talk with a more British accent, but I've had people say that they want to punch me in the face when I talk like this, so I don't tend to talk like this. This is very much not my normal accent, by the way. It's just me properly enunciating all of my words so I can sound as British as possible. Yeah. Get addicted to smoking so I have a raspy voice for ASMR. Insanity. Do I drink a lot of tea? I like tea. I do like tea. Tea is good. If I could have some tea right now, I would, but I'm honestly not sure how much longer I have to be able to stream for, so I probably won't go do that. Honestly, here, it may be better to just grade a split vertical that. I'm not actually sure if that regens our light, so that may have been a bad move, but still. Do the Heathcliff ASMR. I can't really do that voice. Feminine wimpy victim. Okay. Okay, chat. Uh-oh. That may have been a bad move. I have a feeling I'm about to be staggered here. Yeah. It's not 3 hours, no. I probably only have, like, half an hour extra. You just use your own accent for the next try. Okay, I will use my own accent now. Catherine. I mean, I can shout... I can't do, like, Kathy the way he does it. I would have to, like, if I look up the, God, what is it? Canto 6 Kathy Scream. The problem is if I start playing this, I might get copyright struck because of the music. Oh no, that's just Catherine's scream. That's not the voice line. That's just an actual scream. What is this? Who made this? Why does it have 23k views? Why can't I play it? Just, never mind. For some reason it's not playing, which... Oh, no, it's thinking about... This is... What is this? Right, no. We're not doing that. Okay, Oh, I know what happened. I looked up Kathy Scream rather than... it would be Canto 6 Battle... Opening line. Why is Kathy screaming? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Never mind. Never mind. Far too much effort for the joke. Voice actor had rent due. So true. Alright. That's the most dedication to a role I've ever seen. Doing that script. That would just destroy your lungs. Out of context would be funny. Do I just cut that into the video? Just like randomly out of the view script? No, that would be awful. For people like trying to sleep and just randomly jump scare of screaming. Okay, Unrelenting's triggered. And we get staggered again, really? Okay. Right, well, at least that means we don't just instantly explode. I was going to include a button jump scare in the LobCorp Egoless video, and then I realized that would be absolutely awful for people, and that I really shouldn't do that, so I didn't in the end. Because I have some humanity, you know, chat. Some humanity. Alright. Wow, that went really well. Isn't the best case scenario if they get jump scared? I don't want to, like, torture people. Max volume after the... yeah, the shout out to the guy I accidentally, Well, not banned. They're still here. They're in the Discord. Subtle plug for the Discord, by the way. You too can join and discuss with somebody I accidentally timed out. Tons of great conversations there. Anyway, sleeper agents will stop sleeping. So true. I can manifest ego, but I'm not sure. Let's throw a greater split vertical at them. And then a level slash at them. It's actually... Holy! There's a massive influx. Don't listen to Trio. There we are. The thing about manifesting ego is we don't really need to do it. It is sort of better to do it earlier than later, but, you know, we don't really need to, so I'm going to save it. Getting the good admin pages makes the fight way more tolerable, yeah. It's funny about that, isn't it? Okay, we can't really manifest ego here, which is a little bit of a problem. Why is... Oh, all the cards are individual. That's weird. I don't like that. Towards the timed out celebrity in the flesh, I know. How do you think the game is more well-made? So how many options do you think now after playing solo? Honestly, the thing I really like about the solo challenge is the amount that it actually forces you to interact with the game for. There are so many unique builds that I've never heard anyone discuss before starting this challenge that I've had to use or else I would have died. And I love that. I genuinely would recommend this challenge for anybody who I mean, I haven't even beaten Ruina before. Like, genuinely, I can't recommend it enough. It's so good. Even if you don't know the slightest of what you're doing, it can still be fun. Also, we've not got bleed on us, so we may as well just push forwards and try and get the stagger. Yeah. I mean, more than just the stagger, get the, you know, phase change. There's the phase change. We also want as much health as possible. There we are. Yeah, I've never beaten Ruina. Anyway, we now wait for them to kill... I don't know what this floor is, so... No, not my fault. She managed to one-shot everyone. That is insane. No, well, I mean... I don't really care, because none of you are going to be able to do anything. Well, yeah, here they go. Oh, I forgot I had attributed self-willing. Oops. I mean, doesn't matter, I'm not using them, but... There we are. Okay. So. I think we manifest turn 1 here. Oh, of course we get... Of course we get the worst one! You've got to be kidding me. Let's see. This is just flat out the worst thing to get first. There's no doubt about that. Like, we actually stood a chance for a moment there. See, we're almost dead in the first engagement there. Oh. Hold on. Unrelenting trigger? Claws. We can't act here because we would just instantly bleed to death. We still kind of bleed to death here? No, we just flat out bleed to death here. Oh. Shit, we were so close. Because, yeah, no, we still bleed to death here. If it hadn't have been Pierce, we would have won, but... Yeah. C'est la vie. Such is life. Yeah. Here's how it is. We're getting closer. It is definitely you need claw for the first one. Anyway. I'm gonna minimize the Discord now, so if you guys are saying anything, I can't hear you. Honestly, if we did go for Netsack, if Netsack could survive long enough, Netsack might actually be a solid pick. Okay, let's run a Netsack after this. We can run a Netsack with what we use to kill the Red Mist. Although the problem is you can't get Claws, and Claws is really what's saving us here. So, you know, it's slightly unfair, but... Yeah, Pierce status is just a run killer. If we'd gotten, like, defensive status, we would have won. Also, we didn't get enough negative coins there to get Claw. He would struggle to get 4 hits off. Yeah, that's fair, actually, he would. I hate that that's ongoing. It's not even a funny bit. It's just it's an ongoing thing that people are now saying. Right. Wow, that was a lot of damage. At least we get close to savagery. Yippee. And that's what I thought would happen, but I mean, we do have Claws of Savagery here, so it's not that bad. We're not instantly dead. If she goes into guard stance, doesn't the pedal disappear? I have no idea if it does. That seems like the kind of Project Moon code jank that would happen, yeah. Okay. Right. Ah, that's annoying, but overall, never mind, we're dead. Well, I consider min-maxing the first phase. I mean, as soon as we get Claws of Savagery, it's not too bad, but... So you can check them out? No, it's fine. I like figuring these things out on my own. We did have Unrelenting, it just... Who the fuck are you? It just proc before. Cheese is good. I do like cheese. Let's clash with that. Actually, no, let's clash with that because we stand a worse chance of actually winning them. We may as well clash both, to be honest. There we are. Claws of Savagery. Honestly, Blunt is the best. If we can get Blunt... Blunt first turn is, I mean, I don't want to say it's a cruise through, but it is a free... It's a somewhat free turn 1. It becomes less useful the further on we go, but getting that turn 1 is great. I would have preferred Claws of Savagery there, but okay. Sharp Nails, it is, I suppose. I would have preferred you to win that. Okay, we're staggered. I just hope that this last one doesn't deal very much damage. Never mind. You killed me through Unrelenting, bitch. Okay. That might have been a little bit strong. Calling just some random old person a bitch because they kill me. That's a sentence that doesn't make sense out of context. That's like, that reminds me actually, if any of you know Calamity, it reminds me of what, if you kill Supreme Calamitas too quickly, the game thinks you've used a butchery mod to just instant kill her, and so she doesn't drop any drops because she just calls you a cheater. Bloodblade is to accept. Thank you. Thank you.
Solo added $2.70.
Honestly, that'll be useful. Could you imagine... Do we get that? Because if we get that, could you imagine putting that on the 23 loyalty stack we had on Malkuth? Because that'd be incredible. That really happens. It used to happen. I'm not sure if it happens anymore, but it used to happen. I remember it because when you get to the end game, it does actually begin to screw with you a bit. Because if you've beaten her on Revengeance Master, I think gives you a particularly good weapon. Yeah, it's quite funny. You can kill her quickly enough for her to call you a cheater. Also, that's not Claws. When you kill her first try, it did that in the old version. That's funny too. Thankfully, the mod devs began to learn people are actually good at the game. Honestly, I want to try and do a, Infernum challenge at some point. I'm just not sure what challenge I'd do. Because, like, Yardis, Chapsticks, and Prisma are all so insane. There's no challenges left for me. There's just no challenges left I could do. It's like, oh, I'll do that. No, already done. Oh, I'll do a hut. Already done. Oh, I'll do it with a copper. Already done. Oh, I'll do it minima. Already done. Like, what is there left? They're all insane. Like, I think it's the only fandom, I would say, that is more insane than I am. And that scares me deeply. I can just do them anyway. I can just do them anyway, but I don't like doing challenges that other people have done, because they've already been done. There's nothing interesting behind, like... the only one I could be interested in doing is mid-human. Mid-human is the only one that I could see myself doing despite the fact that it's already been done. Let's grab Vengeance. Okay. We want to deal with Laceration, because Laceration is just a nightmare. So 8 on level slash on Laceration, and then here, level slash again on Venomous Fangs. Lovely. Just as long as Laceration can't deal any permanent damage to me. Okay, fine with that. Also, another thing that would be interesting for me is doing a GTFO challenge. I think trying to true solo GTFO is right up my alley in terms of that. Playing Live Ruina, listening to streamer play Live Ruina is true immersion. Truly. That's incredible. I'm gonna play Sharpnails as well. I think this should cause enough bleed damage to allow me to get it again. Potentially. Do I get Claws of Savagery again? I do not get Claws of Savagery, and instead I'm just out of light. Fun. This is actually going pretty well, which scares me, because it means something bad is about to happen. Well, that'll be Claws of Savagery. Satanist, I could do Satanist mode. That'd be interesting. I mean, GTFO, I'm not that good at GTFO, to be honest. Yeah. I've been playing it actually on the Discord with a few people. We've stopped playing recently for some reason. This is a call-out, Bacon, if you're watching. But yeah. Bacon, Silvo, oh, I can see you there, Silvo. And Too Angry, if you're here, why did we stop playing? I enjoyed that. I don't know how you even try the later rundowns. Honestly, I think doing rundown 1 solo would be impressive enough. We haven't scheduled. Okay, what about tonight, then? What about tonight? I've got nothing on tonight. Pins on grilled cheese. Grilled cheese is amazing. I can't trust myself with a grilled cheese maker because I would become the size of a house. That reminds me, actually. I once ate... So I was at a philosophy thing with my school. So this was like a while ago now. And they had like a full tray of like baked goods out. And it had a ton of Danishes. And now I'm not sure if you know about a Danish, but Danishes are amazing. So it was me and someone else there, and nobody else had arrived yet. And there was like 100 Danishes all out on this thing. And there was only going to be like 30 people at the event. So I had like 2 Danishes because I thought, okay, that's fine. There's other stuff there too. I'm not being inconsiderate. And then the person I was with gave me their 2 Danishes. And it was like, okay, that's fine. It's, you know, it's theirs. Okay. Sure. Fine. And then they just kept giving me Danishes. So by the end of that morning, I think I'd eaten like 7 Danishes. Danish like the pastry, yes. Danish like the pastry. Yeah, I love Danishes, if you can't tell. So can you join? Yeah, you can probably join. I mean, if Bacon isn't online, Bacon's not normally online. Slash. Okay, I'm happy with Slash. Let's do that. Level slash. Upstanding slash. And manifest ego. Great. Unrelenting trigger, that's fine. I fucking hate Violet Blade. Yeah, okay, never mind. Fuck this, I'm min-maxing the first phase. Everyone, are they good? They're good. They are good. SS4. I love SS14. Well, okay, no, hold on. Let me tell this, whilst I quickly get my min-max mod on. I'm gonna actually say about SS14. I was one of the first players of SS14. I remember I got it, like, I got it before forks were really a thing. So, you know, I'm an old player of SS14. And I used to play Engineer. Min-max doesn't work on Iori. That's good to know. We'll see.
So added $2.70.
I can't wait for her to just max roll me.
Min-max doesn't work on Iori.
Let's see. But yeah, I used to play Engineer. And now if you know anything about SS14, you'll know the head maintainers for SS14 hate Engineer for some reason. Okay, the reason they hate Engineer is because all engineers use their hard suits. And they didn't seem to realize that the reason why all engineers carry all their hard suits with them is because they need to be able to quickly respond to breaches. So rather than providing engineers with a way to be able to quickly respond to breaches without having to carry their hard suits on them, they just nerfed the walk speed. Which was like, okay, that's fine. We can just carry it with us. And if we carry it with us, then, you know, that's fine. Also, I'm not going to min-max here, by the way, just because I actually think this is going to be a good run. And I do want to try it one more legit. And so what they did then was, they then nerfed the speed of you if you're carrying an Atmos suit. And it just kept going, that they just kept nerfing atmospherics, engineers and Atmos. And it was just, I had to stop playing. I stopped playing around the time when the whole drama happened with the other forks. That was when I stopped playing. But it was like, I just want to be my funny Engie guy and do cool things. After Engineer got nerfed into the ground, before I left, I started playing Chemist, and then I saw them begin to, like, move towards nerfing Chemist, and I'm like, yeah, fuck this, I'm out. You can enjoy your, you know, no fun rules, but I like to actually play video games, so I'm just gonna leave and actually play video games. Play Archive, no. Finally, that was actually a good roll, despite the fact that I'm not holding min-max down. And that's a stagger. That's enough to do claws. I hate bad game design. So do I. Archived is basically bad game design personified. Oh, fuck. Oh, we've got no light! That means we're dead. Never mind. That's what happens when you decide, oh, this run's going well, let me not min-max. We will be min-maxing from now on. It's defensive first. Okay, so I don't want to min-max here either, because I want to lose these. Right. Archived, I was going to make a video on Archived until I realized I didn't care enough about Archived to put the effort into making a video on it. That's the reason, by the way, why this month's video is so delayed. Because I've had about 10 ideas I'm working on, and I've abandoned most of them. Min-max doesn't appear to be working on her. Although it does work on us, so... Oh well. She's just sort of rolling how she wants. No, actually no, she's just getting a +3 from her status effects. She is min-rolling. The problem I find with Archived is a Deep Woken clone, but it's a shitty Deep Woken clone. Like, I'd be fine if it was a good Deep Woken clone, but it's not even a good Deep Woken clone. That's my take on Archived. So that's funny how much easier this goes when you don't have to deal with her max rolling every time, huh? It takes so long, because I think she's min-rolling, and then rolling again, and then having to... Oh, God. How the fuck do I have 20 bleed? What did you do to me? Well, at least I have this. You know what? This is actually a good idea to do. Hear me out, chat. Because now Claws of Savagery procs again. And now I can proc it again. That should have, in theory, done enough. Fuck, it didn't do enough. Is Deep Woken good? It gets some things right. But yeah. Following the rules of True Solar now, but isn't min-max violating it? Not if we've beaten the first phase, and she teleported, which is what we're counting as the first phase. That's a self-bleed. Yeah, yeah. Okay, onrush on you. I mean, I'm doing this... I'm not... Honestly... I'm not sure. I don't want to use min-max, but... Okay, you know what? No. No min-max. The torture shall continue, for as long as necessary. Lovely. Right, right, right. Immediately she starts rolling stupidly high because of that. Oh. I didn't know we'd get close to savagery there. Well, I may as well hit her with everything, because we're not going to be able to keep hold of it, are we? Let's heal to moderately full. And she gets health gated. And now we just have to hope we don't get Pierce. That's all that we need. I really should have taken the clown suit off. There's a joke there about my streams in general. Anyway. This doesn't matter. Go away, just kill them all. I'm from Buenos Aires and I say kill them all. That's a great movie. You know, it's a shame most people think that, like, Starship Troopers wasn't satire. I don't understand how you can think Starship Troopers wasn't satire, frankly, considering it is very blatantly satire. But, yeah. Great movie. I did see, actually, and this terrified me. The military were using Helldivers 2 as an advertisement to join the American military. Oh, and it's piss. Okay, we may be dead here. Like, yeah, the entire thing that's supposed to be a commentary on how the military is just sending people to their death. Why don't we use that as a military recruitment ad? That's a genius idea, American military. And the worst thing is, I think it probably does actually work. Ow. 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 And we're dead. 36 bleed, yeah. Fuck me. And we've got 16 bleed for the next turn, so we're just dead then. We could manifest ego, I suppose. That might do something. No, it won't. We still die. Yeah. Yeah, every time that happens, I feel less and less bad about min-maxing the first thing. See, because, okay, this is more of a general thing I have against sudden... This is the reason why I don't... Yeah, okay, great. Yeah, mm-hmm. This is the reason why I don't like Limbus Company challenge running. Because Limbus Company challenge running just sort of devolves into, can you get the rolls you need? If so, you win. If not, fucking die. And that's the reason why I don't do them anymore. Absorption works for 2 acts, you just have to re-get it up, I believe. Why am I so warm? Why is my room so warm? What is this? It's 12 degrees outside. The only reason the Starship Troopers movie was satire is because the director hated the book. That is brilliant. That is the best reason I've ever heard to make a movie satire. Absolute spite for the book interpretation. Look, Silver, would I be me if I didn't rant about Limbus Company on any possible platform? Oh, absorption just flat out stops working. Oh, okay. Wow. Never mind, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for correcting you there. I was wrong. Whoops. I That was wishful thinking speaking there. Wishful speaking that I didn't have to deal with it failing working. I'm sorry for correcting you, given that I was apparently very incorrect. Okay, Claws of Savagery will proc. Okay. The book's author intended as a theoretical future, not an endorsement of the Book Society. Okay, that's interesting at least. That's good. Start of the scene... For the duration of the act. Oh, I guess it is. What else have I beaten from Star of the City? Not very much, actually. Sadly. These are my light restore ones, so I actually want to use this first, and then level slash. Okay. Claws? Lovely. That is precisely what I wanted to trigger. We've almost phase changed her, and we're not even in our next emotion level yet. This is brilliant. I mean, in all fairness, though, the Starship Troopers guy wasn't off. It may end up being a theoretical future. Remember, folks, service guarantees citizenship. Shit. Oh, wow. Huh. Oh, I guess we still did hit max emotion, which is a shame, but still. Yeah, just kill them. Yeah, True Solo Roland. Oh, for the Black Maths. That's interesting. If we get stuck in it, it'll ask for help. Potential for keeping in stride over unrelenting since bleed doesn't trigger on defensive dice, but stride does. I think there's potential for that, but we would have to give up, we would have to change the build we're going for, I think. Oh. Why'd you pause for so long there, Iori? She just had to, like, style for a second there. There were too few people alive to look at her, so she just had to flash her weapon a bit, like, I'm cool, look at me. Okay, that's fine. I would have preferred defensive, but I will take this as a valid second. I'm also going to do that, because I don't want to deal with that shit. Frankly. We're going to manifest ego here, too. So the goal is to not die. The goal is always to not die, but it's a little bit more obvious here. Lovely. Black mist. I may be cooked, chat. I may be cooked. It's just gambling to decide turn one and then you win. A lot of the time, yeah. So anyway, we want level slash here. Oh, I mean, yeah, we want the light restore that. Great. Huh? Does it stagger you when it runs out? If you don't do 80 damage in Ego, Gebra takes 60 Ah. Well, we may be about to die, chat. Just 40, oh. I got greedy then, that's what happened. Okay. I used 2 econ rather than a damage page. Whoops. Okay, that was definitely my mistake there. Okay. The goal is for Spear to lose 3 times. Lovely, and then we can win these. Thank you. Force of Savagery, lovely. I'm not sure how much time I have left, chat, so let's give it one more attempt and then I'll go see. Right, win. It's fine. Win this time. Yep, of course. It's the final attempt, which means I have to win. There is no point attacking here other than to get emotion level up, which I don't care about. Level slash against you. This is just gonna murder me, so... I would like to draw a page at least. Ow. And we're staggered, never mind. Unrelenting proc. Actually, no unrelenting proc. Interesting. Rough welts. Bones claiming might be the strat. I'm not too sure about that. It could be, potentially. I would rather use level slash here to get light back. And then we use onrush here, I suppose. Because we've got nothing else. 1, 2, 20, please don't. Okay. 2. And win those? Great. We still haven't had Unrelenting, I think, trigger. Then I think we want Instinct. We can get a Manifest Ego going. Which I want to do. Then Repressed Flesh on you, and we just hope we win the last ones. Oh, that was good. Less good, but still fine. 10 bleed. That's not actually that problematic, to be honest. The 10 bleed next turn can work in our favour. Because that potentially allows us to get the stuff for Claws of Savagery. Oh, fuck. The question now is, can we outroll her? Let's see. Yes. Yes, we can. Upstanding slash. Level slash. Level slash. Staggered, lovely. Right. There we are. Oh, bye-bye, Malkuth. I get the feeling you're about to get evaporated. Yeah, see you soon, Yuri. I have no idea how I'm going to edit this down into, like, footage that people can watch while sleeping, but fuck it. I'll just cut out all the, like, silence, and that'll be good enough. They can hear us rambling about random things, right, chat? That's fine. She just stands there, by the way, if she doesn't get the whole thing. The most hellish early game fight, if we're counting she as an early game fight, is Wedge Office. I refuse to answer any other thing. Okay. Paranoia. Sort of spirit. Actually, yeah, that's fine. Ow. This is fine. Oh, we even won one. Great. Okay. Oh, and claws activates. Okay. Spear. Standing slash. Level slash. 2. We've definitely dealt enough damage now. Okay. Throw an upstanding slash at... Frankly, yeah, an upstanding slash at you. Upstanding slash at you. This is annoying, but it hopefully shouldn't kill. And a level slash at you. Getting hit by 2 of them might be problematic for us, but let's see. I think we heal enough here for it not to be problematic. We might actually just flat out kill, to be honest. All without min-max, by the way, chat. We didn't need min-max in the end, and I'm happy about that. Right, let's not get cocky. We may still not be through. Wow. Didn't even need min-max. Okay. That was good. That was good. It's great, too, because that was the final attempt of the run. So yeah. The purple tear. I'm gonna read through this and then, yeah, I guess we call the stream there, but the purple tear, that was the name of the colour. She was quite competent indeed. Last run means we had to win it, truly. We had to. We just had to. Purple tear is so useful for us. But yeah. The ability to jump between dimensions. The purple tear didn't appear to be interested in getting books. She came here because she didn't want the blue reverberations band ganging up on her. If she took shelter here to avoid death, I'm sure she could have thought of other ways to live. Yet, the purple tear fought to the end, ultimately becoming a book. She said peculiar things, like telling me to turn her into a book. Why was that, I wonder? Wanting to avoid the reverb ensemble could be a superficial reason. The real reason the purple tear entered this place will be carried to the bookshelf with her. And, you know, the power might not be all omnipotent. I'm pretty sure there was a reason she couldn't just leave here. Maybe there's some kind of barrier surrounding this place. A barrier. No guest has been invited to this place could maintain composure until the last moment like the purple tear did. She was treated like an all-knowing sage. She might have been aware of her own future, at least. Could she have knowledge about the library as well? Beats me. Even if the purple tear did know about it, there's nothing she can do for it since she's turned into a book now. Yeah, you're right. You seem kinda nerved as of late. I suppose that's part of the process of becoming a human. When people feel anxiety, they tend to buckle up and prepare more thoroughly for what's to come, you see? This is one of those times. It could be a chance for you to think deeper about things. And grow as an individual. Never mind. I appreciate your hard work dealing with the colour. I get that inviting powerful guests will promote the library's growth, but boy, receiving a couple more colours or people at that level is going to tire the whole library out. You mean the whole one person, Roland? We've not... our entire library hasn't been fighting. It's just been the patron librarians here, Roland. Nobody else is fighting. You still do a good job every time. No, he doesn't fight. I want to say thank you to all the other librarians, Roland. Please sort out the books before you can go. I've worked as librarian assistant, and I have to say that's accurate. The head librarian will be like, you did a really good job, I'm happy. Now, if you've got an hour, could you quickly just go sort out that section? Great, thank you. Very good job. And now I've got to go work for the next hour on random books. A lot of people don't realize you're actually supposed to put books towards the front of the shelf and not the back. Yeah. Hey, we had a general librarian beat Gabbro. True, we did have a general librarian beat Gabbro. Anyway. Ta-da! We'll build that tomorrow. Jesus. 7 cost. It's not even that good. I mean, with power stacking, actually, I suppose it would be pretty good. But yeah. Just to show you, by the way, the stages we've done. I kid you not. This phase is easier than any of the other 3 we've got to fight. I kid you not. But yeah. On that note, we'll be off. I'll see you all potentially tomorrow, actually. Considering I've started the trend of streaming randomly. But now I can finally do Philip. True, now I can. Anyway, yeah. See you all tomorrow.